children. So we are going to continue with the components of food. All these days we saw about what are nutrients, what is diet, what are the different food groups we have, and what are the components available, and which nutrients belongs to which food, and how do we test for the presence of carbohydrates, fats and proteins. So now we are going to see what is balanced diet, malnutrition, and about the deficiency diseases. So now each individual has their own dietary requirement, and it differs with people to people. For example, an energetic person needs more carbohydrate and a growing child needs more protein. So a diet which contains all important nutrients in the right amount is called a complete diet or a balanced diet. If a diet consists of a single or a very few food items, then the diet will be unbalanced no matter what the food is, because a single food can contain all nutrients we need in the right proportion to be healthy. For example, consider a person living only on meat and bread. Both meat and bread lack vitamins A, C and D and are low in calcium. Meat lacks roughage, same amount of which is provided by the bread. The diet will therefore not be complete until fruits, milk and vegetables are also eaten. So this is how you have to analyze yourself, what food you are taking, and balance the food and have it in your diet. So a balanced diet must contain food from each of the following food groups. Protein group, for example, meat, eggs, fish, beans, nuts and peas, which are rich in proteins and fats. Milk group, milk and cheese, curd, ice creams, these are rich in protein, fat, minerals and carbohydrates. Now vegetables and fruit group, fresh vegetables and fruits, they are rich in carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals. Cereal group, rice, bread, chapatis and noodles, they are rich in carbohydrate. In addition, there should be enough water. We need water, right? That is our basic need. The diet should be planned so that the body gets sufficient amount of each nutrient as well as roughage and water. So now let's see, we have seen about the balanced diet. Now let's see what is malnutrition. The imbalance in the nutrition available and the amount of nutrition required to ensure proper growth and development is called as malnutrition. Malnutrition can be a result of either less nutrients available or the body's inability to use the nutrients available. So due to this malnutrition, we get so many deficiencies. So deficiency of protein, carbohydrates, fats, or deficiency of any nutrient you can tell. So now let's see about obesity. Okay, so before we get into the deficiency diseases, what do is we just know about obesity. So let me demonstrate an example or tell about a person. So what he has and what happens. Buju, let's take Buju as an example. He is a boy, thought that fats would only be the best foods to eat all the time. So he eats fat-rich food. A katori of fat will give much more energy than a katori of carbohydrate-rich food, isn't it? So he ate nothing but food rich in fats. Fried food like samosa and puri, Malai dishes and peda. Do you think he was right? No, of course not. It can be very harmful for us to eat too much of fat-rich foods, and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. So it increases the weight because we are taking more amount of fat, so which gets deposited in our body and the weight of the body increases. So let's see few more deficiency diseases. A food deficiency is mainly caused when an individual does not get an abundantly amount good amount of the required nutrients in their daily diet, which results in dietary deficiency disease. Most of the dietary deficiency diseases are caused by the lack of minerals, proteins and vitamins. The food deficiency diseases are mainly seen in the parts of undeveloped and developing countries. In few parts of the world, people are too poor to buy protein-rich food. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies are due to diets that lack some of the nutrients found in food components, including vegetables, fruits, meat, cereals, pulses, milk and milk products. So now let's see about the deficiency diseases. So let's first see about the deficiency of proteins, carbohydrates and fats, which is called as protein energy malnutrition. Okay, this is caused because of the deficiency of proteins. So there are two main kinds of PEM. We call protein energy malnutrition as PEM. There are two main kinds of PEM. Those are marasmus and kwashiorkor, pronounced as kwashi or kor. Okay, so these are the two diseases. So marasmus, let's see about marasmus. A diet deficiency in energy as well as the protein causes a deficiency disease called marasmus. A child suffering from this disease is very thin and weak and is unable to move. Growth is stunted and body tissue slowly waste away. So now let's see about kwashiorkor. A diet deficient in protein affects young children and results in a disease called kwashiorkor. The symptoms of kwashiorkor are the stomach and the feet become swollen with water, the muscles waste away, the skin gets discolored, the hair becomes reddish and frizzy, physical and mental growth of the child is slowed down. So these all happens because of kwashiorkor. So now let's see about few more diseases. So energy requirements vary from person to person. We saw that. Deficiency of one or more nutrients, it causes deficiency diseases like goiter, night blindness, malnutrition and anemia. Yeah? Thank you children. We will meet again in the next session with mineral deficiency and vitamin deficiency diseases. Thank you. Meet you again.